Peace, family. Total Flash 2.0. Here and back again. The metaphysical reason why suicide exists. Before we even start, I want to give a good shout out to JC Hop and many other, say, I guess, distant friends of mine that are partaking in the 22 push-up challenge in remembrance of veterans that have committed suicide. And I want to say that, I find it to be a great thing you're doing. And yes, I want to really put my heart out to those people that's doing that. So, to carry on with the topic of suicide, along my journey, spiritually, what I realized is that suicide is really not all of it seems. And the thing about it is that with suicide, it really is really not the person's fault. And that it's beyond more than just the physical standpoint. There's a strong spiritual aspect that's part of it. Mostly all our problems emanate from the lack of connecting to our spiritual selves. And it also comes from a spiritual place, and then it goes down to the physical. A lot of people don't see that. And I had to bring this out because a lot of things in our reality we don't really control, but we can control how we protect ourselves and how we connect to ourselves on a daily basis. And we can control our thought process as well. And so the metaphysical reason why suicide exists is because, see, when you're in a depressed state and certain thoughts are coming in your head, some of those thoughts are not your thoughts. And when it comes down to looking at it in a spiritual perspective or in a metaphysical perspective, is that when you talk about what's in our body, we have what you call is a reptile brain. Okay, and it's tied to our physical body. You see, and think about it. If we're not having an active pineal gland, okay, and it shuts off, then that's what is the one thing that's in control of the entire situation. And I had to go and let you know that if you don't really believe in aliens, that's okay. But I will let you know is that there are certain entities that are aliens that exist in the fourth dimension that feed off your energy in a certain way based on what you consume, based on what the type of people you hang around with, okay, and based on your beliefs, okay. And these beings, they don't supposed to be here, but they exist. And the reason why we don't see them is because they exist in a different dimension. When people talk about shadow people and so forth, that's what they're talking about, okay. When people talk about paranormal instances or events, that's what they're talking about. This is invoked by highly intelligent alien-like beings, okay. This is totally different from when I talked about my other videos about celestial beings that are really our ancestors that try to protect us the best they can from these beings. And when it comes down to this idea, okay, is that these beings, they exist, these alien beings exist in the fourth dimension, while our celestial family exists in the higher dimensions, where they can easily manipulate them so that they don't get to us. You see, and the more you change, I guess, your habits or what you're doing, the easier they can protect you. Okay, and I want to share with you what I know along my journey, what the things I picked up on how they go about making other brothers and sisters, okay, commit suicide upon themselves. And so one technique they use is through the food. Okay, the food, such as the meats, are being processed. Okay, and that when they're processed, they put in all these toxins, these genetically modified organisms, these chemicals, and so forth in this food, in meat. And what they do is that it's gonna make you get ill or sick and put you at a low vibration, so that you can be, so that your mind is gonna be so focused on how ill you are or sick you are, to where they can easily attack you or spiritually attack you at any moment. And they don't just attack you. The way they attack you in most cases is by not only that, but attack you by using other people, possessing other people that's having the same type of diet, and invoking a certain type of attitude towards you to make you feel down about yourself, and that they may not have care about you being sick because of what you may have consumed or so forth. That's one way. Another way is through your thoughts. When you have thoughts about that you're not good enough, and someone tells you that you're not good enough, or people treat you bad, they make you stay in your mind a lot. They make you through your reptile brain, which they created these bodies in the first place with that. And I'll go in specifics on how they did that. And they didn't literally create these bodies. It's just that over time, throughout terrestrial, there has been manipulation done to our ancestors for them to procreate with them. And you could say that they shapeshift themselves as human beings, in which they're not, you see. So we have to open our minds with this. But like I was saying earlier, is that they use your reptile brain, okay, to emit certain signals into your head, okay, and they try to make you think negative thoughts about yourself, okay, and this is not coming from you. And as the days and days go by, you start becoming more and more depressed, okay, and that's what happens. And they don't desire you to evolve. They don't desire you to take back your own mind, because they want to take over your mind through these chemtrails. And there's a whole science about chemtrails, that to where they have nanobites that can get into your body and make you, and basically disrupt the signals in your nervous system that's linked to your brain, to make you think certain thoughts, so they can monitor that. And the way you correct that is through meditation. This is why meditation is so important. See, in meditation, when you go into your meditation, is that when you're having these bad thoughts, or these thoughts that you know for a fact are not yours, you need to have to start listening to some music, or going out in nature, or going out and meditate, okay, in nature. And when you go in your meditation, the main focus of meditation is for you to verify your thoughts, okay? Don't judge your thoughts, but easily let them go. You can actually choose, and you can pick and choose and see which thoughts serve you or not. And you can do the same things with music. Listen to the right music that resonates with your feelings, okay, and how you feel. And that's one thing they don't want you to do. They don't want you to feel happy and joyful, okay? And when people are very stressed out, they like it to where you're in a very stressed environment. That's one way they try to get to you, is through a stressful environment, because they make you think about the past so much. Oh, this happened in my workspace with this person, and they don't want you to find a solution for you to get out of that thought process. You see, you have to put yourself in a place where you're in serenity and go into more of a natural environment, you see, or be around people that you trust. And when it comes down to people, they easily invoke people that's living the same type of lifestyle you are. They easily invoke people that are on a certain vibration, okay, and or even on a lower vibration than you, and they try to put you on the same vibration as theirs. And that's basically what's be going on the planet, where that's the reason why there's people that have so many fights with other people, is because they invoke a certain negative energy out there, these entities, with one person, and then it gets to one person, then moves to the other, and then to the rest of the crowd. And from there on, it starts to be where there's a bickering of some sorts. And that's why I said in my video, there's a misunderstanding, because the things that we do upon each other most definitely does not emanate from this physical reality. It goes from what is above us, that is watching us everywhere we go and studying our habits. And that's the reason why suicide exists, is because they take away the love frequency away from you. They attack both the mind and heart chakra. They want you to keep you down in your root chakra and your sacral, which is where your stomach area is. They do not desire for you to work with the chakras that's from your heart chakra, your throat chakra, to the chakra where your pineal gland is, and up to your crown chakra. They don't desire you to evolve, you see. And along my journey, when it came down to taking back my power, see, I never had thoughts of like committing suicide. But as I became more conscious, as I started to notice other people's habits, I said, this is not normal for people to act this way. Either they're not human beings, or they're being spiritually forced to do certain things that's not in resonance to who they are. And I had to say these things because we have to realize that everything starts in the spiritual realms. Everything. And the only way to gain control of your life is by realizing that you have to start connecting to yourself more than you ever knew, and more than ever you thought you could. You have to connect to yourself in meditation. One great, and I don't want to talk about problems all the time, but one great thing that I've been doing and that I do for myself, I try to listen to music that I resonate with a lot, that make me think about certain thoughts that gives me power, and also when I think about nature, when I think about the sun, and when I think about the stars, okay, it makes me feel empowered, okay, and also with meditation, is that I can keep my mind focused on the sun, okay, in my meditation, or focus on my evolution. And majority of my meditations are really about finding truth, and finding truth about myself, truth about our genesis, and the truth outside the cosmos, and also the truth that has to do with our own souls and why we are here. And yeah, and that's really what it's about. And I think that if you focus on your evolution, and you think about, and you go into your meditation and think about, what area of my life can I evolve in? What area of my life that makes me worth more, that makes me worthy? Yes, makes me worthy. And if you think about those things, then you can move away from depression, because usually a lot of us, we're not doing things that are empowering us. You see, we just do the basic thing, go to work, leave work, and go back home and come back. But we don't really do something that is in resonance most of the time with our soul. And that's what we have to get back to. Resonate with something that's within our soul. And once we do that, then we'll move into an area where suicide is not even the case. Now when it comes down to the spiritual aspect, now, like I said earlier, committing suicide is really not, in the spiritual aspect, is really not a bad thing. What you're saying is that I give up on this reality. I give up. It's too much. It's too much, and that's what you're telling to the universal prime creator. But what makes it bad is that you came here to fulfill a purpose. Not only for yourself, but for others. And that you said before, and some people say that we made agreements before we came down here to this reality, that we were supposed to, we said that we told the universal prime creator, the council, that I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this for this body, and I'm going to fulfill this mission. But sadly, a lot of us, we go through this life not doing that. And the only way that you can find gratification in your life is by going into your heart and ask yourself, what do I really want out of my life? What do I really desire out of my life? It's not about what my parents want. It's not about what my girlfriend or boyfriend wants, or whoever, or my fellow friends want. It's what I want. It's what I desire. And when you try to start going into your meditation and going and seeing what you desire truly out of life, you realize where your worth is. And that's what these entities do. They make you be in your mind so much, and they put you in a place where you don't have time to even think about your true life purpose or what you truly meant for. And that's the key. That's the mission. And we all have a common purpose. It's a matter of realizing what your worth is. Your worth is. And I know what my worth is, and my worth is not just doing videos. I realize what I'm doing is really something you can do too. And some people say, oh, you don't have to do what I'm doing. But I say different, that you can do exactly what I'm doing. Because it's going to be a time where we're all going to be free. And that I know it. I know it. And that we're going to know the reason. You may not agree with this video overall, but sooner or later it's going to be a time where you may wake up and be like, wow, that guy was pretty right about all these things. And that this has to be true. Because really, that's basically what it's all about. Find the truth. And I came to realize that when we talk about the devil or demons and things of that nature, it came down to realizing who the heck was the devil or the demons were in the first place. You see, and I came to realize that, okay, if A book can say what can bring out what the devil is or what demons are. They can talk about that, but they don't actually talk about what they actually do. That's when I made the connection and realized that there was more to the purpose of demons and devils. And you have some of them be walking around here that's so quick to manipulate many. And funny, I'm here by myself. There's nobody else around me, which means that, oh yeah, I'm protected. And so realize that the thing that you must do is that you have to be around the people that care about you the most, number one. Number two, you have to go inside yourself and realize what is my worth in life to prevent me from committing suicide. And number three is that how can I evolve to stay in a high vibration for me to not commit suicide? And that's the thing. That's the thing. So I ask, and with in my heart, and this is to the people that are thinking about suicide or have thought about suicide and so forth, is that please, before you even desire to do it, go within yourself. Go within yourself and ask and find. No matter if it takes 30 days or 60 or more. What is my purpose? What is something that I am good at, that I can share throughout the world, and that I know that I can do to fulfill a universal mission or purpose? Total Flash 2.0. Here, back again. And remember to always live within the Caduceus. Peace.